Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Adventure Built. My name is Kelly.
And I'm Trevor.
We're doing something a little different today. We're gonna talk about Trev's brand new 2019 Titan, but we're doing it inside because it's 106 degrees outside right now.
109.
So we're gonna do this inside. Stay tuned. All right, bro, so you got a new truck?
So I got a 2019 Nissan Titan Pro 4X. I think that this is probably one of the most underrated full-size trucks in the overland community. It gets overlooked by, you know, the Dodges, the Tundras. So
Why do you think that is?
You know what? I really don't know. I don't know if it's marketing or what, but it just does not seem to get the you know, the respect that I think the truck really deserves.
Well, I think it's not a Toyota, so you have to set the bar down here.
You know what? I love Toyotas, but there's a few things that really set the Titan apart from the Tundra.
Cost is a big one.
Yeah, cost is probably the big one. And it's crazy because when you look at just sticker prices alone, they're kind of on par. But you get a lot more bang for the buck with a Titan than you do with a Tundra. There's a lot of features that are on a Titan that aren't even offered on a Tundra, no matter what model you get. You cannot beat the price of a Titan, especially right now. They're blowing out the 2019s. Like the sticker on mine, from the dealer with all their little add-ons and everything else that they do. It was like $58,000. I paid $49,000.
Wow.
Out the door. Like that's tags, everything out the door. And that's a lot of vehicle for the price. I'm not saying it's cheap by any means, but it's still a great price for what you're getting in a vehicle. And especially like, I think it was 8 years, 0% financing. Like, yeah, here.
Sign me up.
Yeah, take my money.
It's true. I've actually owned two Titans. I had a car turn left in front of me and I wrecked one that way, and then I was pulling a toy hauler and the toy hauler rolled. So I am Titan cursed, but good luck.
Yes. So hopefully your Titan curse does not rub off on me.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
You know, so far it's been a incredible truck. One of the most comfortable trucks on the market. Like by far, one of the most comfortable trucks. So what really set me off towards getting a full-size truck to begin with was just space. Before we had a Infiniti QX56, which was the Armada, higher end Armada version, but it was old, had close to 200,000 miles on it. Great truck, never had any real issues with it besides pack rats getting into the engine.
Tucson problems.
Tucson problems for sure, desert rat problems literally. But other than that, it was a fantastic truck, and with that, we wanted to go with either a Nissan or a Toyota. Like those are my two favorite brands when it comes to the big trucks. I know a lot of people like the American brand trucks, but for some reason, I don't have faith in them. Like, yeah. I mean, I think that they're doing a great job coming back, but until that reliability gets up there, you know, the Dodge Ram is gotten great reviews recently. So the F-150 has made a tremendous comeback. However, I just need to see more long-term on them. But that's my preference. Everybody has their preferences, and a lot of these things are going to be all based off individual preference. And the Titan checked every box and then some.
Yeah, the Raptor's definitely making a comeback in the overland community. We've been seeing a lot of those out there. However, like you said, the reliability, in my perspective, just is not there.
Yeah.
I've owned a lot of different trucks, and I definitely like the foreign trucks, mainly the Toyotas.
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah, and being in the government, I've driven Chevy trucks, Ford trucks, Dodge trucks, and like the engines, transmissions are great. Like I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of problems with those items, but it's all the other things attached to it. I've literally opened up a Chevy truck and the handle came off in my hand. So things like that I'm just not a fan of.
So let's talk about like the more rugged, off-road oriented things that are on your Titan that you really like.
The great thing about the Pro 4X is that it comes from the factory with an E-locker on the rear end, which is really nice. Toyota doesn't offer that on any of their model lines. Some of the other brands have them, but again, I'm only comparing between the Tundra and the Titan. Another thing, it has full skids throughout, even the fuel tank skid, all metal, which is really nice. And then a really nice thing, I was actually surprised, it has the 360 bird eye camera around it, which is really nice when off-roading and daily driving, of course. And when you're switched into four-wheel drive, it actually has your inclinometers and everything, letting you know your angles and rollover, all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool features from the factory right off the bat.
And that was one thing my Tacoma does have, is that 360 cameras. However, the camera quality isn't great. You really can't make out like specific features of rocks and things, but it's good to kind of just know that you're not on the cliff edge or something like that.
Yeah, the cameras are definitely no replacement for a good spotter.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's there if, you know, you're in some mild off-roading and you just want to, you know, like, you know, keep going without having someone get out. If it's not too bad, you can still line things up a little bit. But if it's a big drops and rocks and stuff like that, yeah, spotter.
Yeah.
Fully.
Especially an expert level spotter.
Oh boy.
All right, so what kind of niceties did you get in this truck? Because I know you're all about the niceties.
So having the Infinity spoiled us. And actually my minivan, we had a Nissan minivan as well, and that thing spoiled us as well. And once you get nice things, it's really hard to go backwards. The number one thing, keyless entry. Like just being able to get in and out of the vehicle, starting it with the push start, not having to dig in your pockets, or in my wife's case, a purse, or even my backpack or anything else. It's just throw it in, push the button and go. And it also has remote start. So on the key fob, just hit the lock, hold out the start button, and it'll start up. And in weather like this, when it's 109, really makes it nice to get it cooled off a little bit before you get in.
I'm a little jealous of that one, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that is really nice. Literally, I thought about trading my 2018 4Runner for a 2020 4Runner just for that feature.
That's a bit extreme, but
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
You know, to each their own.
But I did add aftermarket, the remote start on the 4Runner, so
right.
It saved me a few $1,000s.
Come to find out.
Yeah. The other thing is leather seats. Not a huge fan of leather seats.
It'll kill you. It'll burn your legs.
It'll burn you, yes. However, leather seats comes with some added benefits on this. It actually has the butt coolers, is what I like to call them, but the fans that can either do cooling or warm air on your backside, which is fantastic. Like,
I don't have any vehicle that does that.
It's so nice. I never thought that would be like, oh, I have to have that. Now I'm like, oh my God, I want this on my, how do I get this on my 4Runner? Like, how?
Living in the desert, you don't really understand unless you've actually lived a summer in the desert where you're dealing with 116 degree temperatures, where the inside of your vehicle gets to about 140, 150 degrees. You'll never know the experience of burning your legs on leather seats, and having that cooling effect on you while it's running cools that leather down quickly, and it was way more efficient, way more comfortable living in the desert.
Yeah, yeah. So awesome feature.
Yeah.
The other things is not very desert friendly. It has the front and rear seats are heated, which is cool to have the back seats heated. So when the boys are, you know, outside playing in the snow and everything else coming up, they get a warm up pretty quick. The other thing is a heated steering wheel. So when we're up in Colorado, fancy. Yes. It has Fender audio, which sounds fantastic. Comparing that to the Toyota, what does Toyota have? Bose? Is it
JBC, I think.
No, JBL. JBL. Yeah.
Yes.
The JBL sound system in the Toyotas is okay. Like, it's not fantastic, but the Fender is really, really good audio. Probably, I dare say, the best in the market for factory sound.
And that's one thing that the Titans really nailed. On my 2 Titans that I've owned, it had the Rockford Fosgate stereo, and it had the subwoofer right underneath the driver's seat, and it was just a superb sound system.
Yeah, and it's also extremely quiet. I was driving on the highway and, like, not even really paying attention, and I went to go let a little bug out the window. I unrolled the window and it was just god awful wind, and I hadn't even noticed how windy it was or how fast I was really going until I rolled the window down. So that, for a truck that big and boxy, to have such a quiet ride at 85.
If the speed limit was 85 anyway.
Wait a minute. No, the speed limit was 75. So yeah, I was definitely going 75 for sure. The last thing, and again, it comes with the audio system, is just the head unit. It has a large enough touchscreen. I know that the 2020 has a little bit bigger of a touchscreen, and I know that the Dodge Ram has like a 12-inch. It's almost like Tesla style thing, which is huge. It's fantastic. It's beautiful looking. However, it does what I need it to do. There's a point of diminishing returns when it comes to stuff. How much are you going to pay and get little back on these things? And to me, the amount of money that you're paying for some of those things is just a little too much. It does everything that I need that truck to do.
And how's the power on it?
Oh my God. On paper, again, it's coming in middle of the road when it comes to horse purrs and torque and everything else. But honestly, that thing has tons of power. There's so many times where, like, if I transition from the 4Runner into that and I just hit the pedal the same way as the 4Runner, it just launches. Yeah. Especially in my driveway in the rocks. I got like skid marks in the rocks all the time. It's bad and it sounds so good. Mm-hmm. Like the exhaust note and everything sounds so good. You just want to get on it a little more.
It's a mean grumble.
Yeah, it's just like, why? And it's fantastic.
Big motor, a lot of power.
Yeah, which brings me to one of the negatives on
big motor, lots of power equals
lots of fuel burn.
Yeah.
It's a thirsty vehicle, but honestly, I think for the older V8s, it's about the same. It's right there, I think, with the Tundra.
All right, so I know that we're not going to keep this truck stock for very long. So, what are we looking for upgrades?
This is another one of the negatives that comes with being a underrated truck within the Overland community. It doesn't have the aftermarket support that Toyota has. Like, if you want to go buy something off the shelf and bolt it onto your truck, Toyota is the way to go, for sure. However, I don't always do things the easy way. I like to be a little different because not everybody has a Titan.
It's true.
Like, you don't see them. Maybe that's for good reason. I hope that doesn't bite me in the butt later. We'll revisit this one later.
It just may. Well, remember when we were at Overland Expo, we saw that 2018 Armada when they changed the body style.
Yeah.
Talking to the builder, they had to custom build almost every single piece. The bumpers, the suspension, the rear tire carrier, the rack, everything was custom built because there's no aftermarket support for those platforms.
Yeah. Luckily for me, this build is going to be a very mild build. So with that, you know, we're going to go with a slight suspension. Hopefully Ironman just came out with the Tundra suspension, so I'm hoping to get the Foam Cell Pros onto the Titan when that comes out. I gotta call them and bug them on that.
Yeah.
And other than that, it is going to have sliders, front bumper with winch, you know, slightly bigger tires, and that's probably going to be it. So there's not a whole lot that it needs. I think it's a very capable truck, and especially with full-size trucks, I'm not going to take it to the places that my 4Runner is going to go. But you know, the companies that are out there that do have accessories for this thing are pretty cool, and I got some pretty cool ideas and leads for this build, so stay tuned for that for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a really nice truck. You guys are going to watch it get built out, and if you guys have ideas of what you would like to see on this truck, post them below.
Comment below.
See if we can make some of those happen.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit subscribe. See you next time.
Peace.